YouTube video is going to be about location scouting.
Which one?
Woo! Yeah, this hill gets me every time. And I Peloton this morning. I'm like, should I not Peloton? Because we're walking. I'm like, oh, it's an easy stroll. I'm not like exercising, so I need a Peloton. But I come here all the time, and how I found where we're going is literally just me. I come and check on my locations all the time. The places I regularly photograph, I'm always coming and looking at them. And I just happened upon this beautiful field. So, step one, go to locations. It always drives me crazy in the groups that I'm in. They're like, where's the flowers? And I'm like, I know where they are because I got in my car and I drove. And another way that I find locations is like the internet. Like, I'm always checking like city parks, all the city parks, and I'll go and I'll look at them. I like to shoot at state parks. So I have state parks and I'll go and look at them. Yeah, and I join like little blogs, like things to do in Texas, places you don't know about in Texas, which is where that zoo. But yeah, the internet is another way I find locations, just searching for parks. There's like City of Fort Worth parks and recreation. You search all the parks and I go and look at them. And join the little blogs that's all about travel. That's another way I find it. And then like people would even, wedding venues. I love to photograph at wedding venues. So I'm always searching wedding venues and trying to make friends with wedding venues. And I love it because I rent them out. And so I usually have it to myself.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, the most important thing for location scouting is getting out and going to the spot and getting eyes on it on yourself. Which is why I'm always outside.
Yeah, I live outside.
There was that 1 month, remember, was it October? Where it rained like the entire month?
Yeah.
And that was when I went and do portrait sessions in studio. And so I like literally didn't work for a whole month. I thought about like getting a tent or something.
Right.
So I could still do my portrait sessions outside. Yeah, but now I'll just be like, just want to go in studio. So probably.
Did you finish the studio yet?
No.
No?
I haven't even done one thing.
What?
I haven't done one thing because I want to get new samples, but I keep procrastinating on buying the samples. I don't want to hang my old samples. I want all new samples.
Yeah.
And I want to paint downstairs, but me and my sister haven't like agreed on a color. But we also haven't talked about
Now, when it comes to photography, does that make a big difference?
the color.
The paint on the wall?
Yeah, it does. But we're gonna call it paint. We're not photographing. It's just
Got it.
see that field. That's where we're going.
Oh, wow.
Not the one that's easy and close to the sidewalk. The one further back.
So why did you end up moving?
Because of the sun was right on her and it was way too harsh, and this is more filtered. Even though as soon as we moved, the cloud came out. This is so cute. What would happen if you took a couple steps towards me? Right there. Yeah, let's do that. Yes, I like that. Look back at Mike. Yes. It's not the best time, or for one, I knew the clouds were coming in.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, we can maybe make it work. And I was here the other day and there's trees everywhere, but warm. But when, unless you have outside light, if it's super like blasting in your face, it doesn't look great on the client. And you lose a lot of the color too, like it desaturates. I can even show you when she was over there, the dress didn't look pink. It looked blown out. And so then when I moved her over to the shade and had the filter light come through, you could see all the colors of the flowers and the colors in her dress. But yeah, typically with using natural light, I find it's best to shoot an hour right before sunset, which I rarely do because I'm drinking coffee an hour before sunset, and an hour, right before sunrise. So I don't typically do, or an hour before sunset, which is what I typically do. But if I go to a location, I'm just like, I can make this work. I'm usually typically too lazy to bring my lights. It's just another thing to carry. Then I got to set them up, move them around, and they usually need another person to make sure they don't fall or hold them. So I don't typically do that. Every once in a while, I'm just like, I'm going to be a real photographer and bring my lights. But I'm usually, like I said, I'm too lazy, especially if I'm chasing kids. Her age is not as hard because you can be like, stay, and she will. But if she was like 2, I would get a light and put it right in front of her and have it ready, and the 2-year-old will run, and I'll start over.
Oh.
And so unless I have an assistant chasing the client and knows where to put the lights, I don't typically do it. So I usually shoot an hour before sunset, usually. And today it's like what? Like 9 o'clock right now? And before too long, that sun will be right there.
Right over.
And it's going to be really hard to find a good spot to photograph. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to do it not in the normal time I would normally photograph. And I just wanted to see if I could also. And then I could be like, sure, we could photograph at 8:30 in the morning. We could have coffee. I can make it work, you know. So it was also an experiment to see on my own if I was any good. But yeah, if you're not carrying lights and if you can't find filtered, it can be really hard to photograph in the middle of the day. What I will do is I will have them bring sunglasses or a hat if I'm photographing in the middle of the day, just because it's really hard without a light or a reflector to not get that raccoon look with your clients. But I'm like, have sunglasses, or I'll be like, look right in the sun and close your eyes like you're sunbathing. Then it works. Okay, we're gonna get back to twirling. Twirl, yeah! There you go. There you go. Yes. Oh, remember cactus. Cactus.
It's fine.
That's really cool.
Isn't
That was
pretty?
kind of my point.
Yeah.
She saw it. She was like,
She saw the vision.
have a vision. Fairy tale vision. All we need is this butterfly to come over there and join you.
Right, butterflies.
Last minute model call, they answered. So we had 0 consultations. It was just like, can you meet me at this park at 8:30?
So do you normally do that, like model calls and?
I do model calls for this.
Okay.
I don't.
Like creative shots.
Yeah.
Got
Or
it.
if I just want to do something just for me and I don't want you to have an opinion,
Yeah. You
then
just
model calls.
yeah.
I don't typically use clients for.
like more of a creative photo shoot.
Yeah, like my clients get exactly what they want, and sometimes what they want is for me just to do my thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, typically when I have a client, okay, look at me for a couple. Bring your chin this way, tilt this way a little bit. There you go. I typically have them come in for a consultation. We try on the dresses, you know, we get to know each other, we talk about it, we plan. But I was like, hey, anybody available at 8:30? Like 2 days before, they're like, I am. Had 0 ideas what to expect. I did tell you a little bit in an email what to expect and make sure you're okay with it. But it's usually like an hour-long consultation. So it's pretty fun when you have no idea what to expect and you just dive in. Okay, so if I were to have somebody else come to this field, what do I need to say to prepare them? What to expect?
I think definitely bring tennis shoes, like you said.
If you're scared of nature, this is not your thing.
Would you need a talking bunny, you said?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
she
were
was
like fairy
enchanted.
tale. See a talking bunny and deer. 'Cause that's what the princesses do. They talk to the animals, right? Yeah. You think I'm weird, don't you?
Same.
Are you dying with me talking?
If you don't have anything else to say,
Follow me.
so just to recap,
We're in Fort Worth, where I live. We did a portrait session in this random field of flowers that I found last week walking around. Yeah. It was fun. I loved it. It was cold, a little bit wet. It looked like Little House on the Prairie. Was that a good recap?
perfect.